everyone, in this video you will learn a way to solve linear equations. What are linear equations? A linear equation is an equation with constants and variables to the first power. The standard form of a linear equation is ax plus b equals 0 or ax plus by equals c if there are two variables. System of equations is a system of two or more equations occurring simultaneously, which don't have to be linear. This is sometimes known as simultaneous equations because they are occurring simultaneously. They are solved together. The solution is usually an x, y form, if there is any. More on that later. Solving the first type of equation, which is ax plus b equals 0. If you have an equation with only one variable, like 2x plus 1 equals 3, you can use this method. Just follow along. So you notice that 2x plus 1 equals 3 is not an ax plus b equals 0 form. You don't really need it in ax plus b equals 0 form, so it's fine. If it is, just subtract b from both sides and then divide both sides by a to get x equals negative b over a. Anyways, since 2x plus 1 is not in ax plus b equals 0 form, you should isolate the x by subtracting 1 from both sides. We get that 2x equals 3 minus 1, so 2x equals 2. Dividing both sides by 2, we can get 2 over 2x equals 2 over 2, so x equals 1. Solving a system of equations. There are two main types of ways to solve a system of equations. You can use algebra or you can use graphing. The two methods used in algebra and graphing will work for other types of equations, like quadratic equations. If you don't really know what quadratic equations are, don't worry about it. I think that algebra is way easier to use than graphing, but you might think otherwise. There are two ways to solve a system of equations with algebra. In this video, we'll focus on elimination. We first convert both equations to ax plus by equals c form. Choose a variable to eliminate. If the coefficient on the variable in the first and second equations is the same, assuming there are only two equations, then eliminate that one by adding or subtracting the two equations. If not, do this. Multiply the top and bottom equations by a number such that the coefficients are the same, or opposites of each other. It doesn't have to be the same number, so like you can multiply the first equation by 2 and the second by 3. If the coefficients are the opposite of each other, add the two equations. If not, subtract the two equations. And if they're the opposite of each other, like negative 1 and 1, you add them to eliminate. If not, then you can just subtract both equations. Solve for the variable that wasn't eliminated. So like if you want to eliminate y, then just try solving for x now that you have only one variable. Substitute the solution for the variable into either equation and solve for the other variable. Substitute just means replacing all of the variables with that solution you got. So here's an example, because it might have not been very clear about what I was saying. Let's solve the following system of equations. 2x plus y equals 10 and 5x plus 3 equals 29. Let's label the equations as equation 1 and equation 2. We already have both equations in ax plus by equals c form, so we can proceed. Eliminating y seems easier since x has a bigger coefficient. We can do that by multiplying the top equation by 3 and subtracting the equations. Follow along. 3 times 2 plus x plus y. 3 times 2x plus y equals 3 times 10. We are multiplying both sides of equation 1 by 3. Simplifying, we get 6x plus 3y equals 30. Let's label that equation 3. Now, this is equation 2, 5x plus 3y equals 29. We can see that the coefficients on the y are the same, 3 and 3. We can subtract both equations since they are not opposites of each other to get 6x minus 5x plus 3y minus 3y equals 30 minus 29. Now let's combine like terms. The free y and negative free y cancel out, and 30 minus 29 is 1. 6x minus 5x is x, so we get x equals 1. Substituting x equals 1 into equation 1, since it is simpler, and solving for y, 2 times 1 plus y equals 10. 2 times 1 is just 2, so 2 plus y equals 10. Subtracting 2 from both sides, we get y equals 8. Our answer in xy form is 1, 8.